Good morning. I wonder if you've ever been angry at your boss, angry at your wife, your husband, your situation, just tired of it, angry, beyond tired, to the point where your emotions are that you're sick and fed up with it. Well, you know what? Jonah got very angry with God. In fact, the Lord asked him in verse 4 of chapter 4 of Jonah, is it right for you to be angry? And you know what Jonah said? And this is very vernacular. Darn right it's right for me to be mad. It was really almost humorous because Jonah had preached, in 40 days, God's going to wipe this place out. And guess what? They repented. They repented in sackcloth and ashes, and so it was incredible. I mean, here's a city that's huge. It was the biggest, largest city in the whole world at that time, the city of Nineveh. And so he's been used in this incredible way. He should have been so excited, but he's mad, angry at God. Well, why, Jonah? First of all, they're Syrians. They're stronger than Jews, bigger than the Jewish people. They were culturally superior. Architecturally, they're superior. Engineering, they were superior. Militarily, they were superior. I mean, they had stronger armies. They had the first culture that had a full-time soldier. I mean, they were fierce, but they were ruthless. They were cruel. They were just barbaric in their tactics. And they were relentless when they took over a country. And he knew that. They were the enemies of Israel. God, how could you back down on this thing? I mean, I love this. So Jonah went out and sat on the east side of the city, and there he made him a shelter and sat under it in the shade that he might see what would become of the city. He got himself a box seat to see the destruction of that city. And so he got so mad when God didn't do it. I think there's an incredible lesson here. You know, when we get mad at our situation, first of all, we're really not mad at our situation because God controls everything. So we're really mad at God. My wife used to say to me, you know what, you're not mad at people right now, and you're not really mad at this person or that person. You're really mad at God. And you know what, it would hit me. She was right. I was mad at God. I was mad at God for letting that happen to me. Mad at God for putting me through that. I mean, I've been doing all the work. I've been doing this. It wasn't fair and all these other things I could have said. But at the end of the day, it was rebellion. Well, Jonah, at the bottom line, he didn't want what God wanted. God wanted to spare these people. Jonah wanted to see them wiped out. And here's what God said. He said, listen to me. He said there's more than 120,000 persons who cannot discern between right and left. I mean, kids. And he said, shouldn't I have had pity on them? I mean, you're mad about a plant that withered, that was giving you shade. And you don't care a thing about probably 500,000 people. I love them too. Second lesson. Jonah, you're not the only person in the world. You know, sometimes we get so self-centered. We think everything revolves around us. All the moons, all the stars, everything around us. In fact, maybe even the whole galaxy. And God has to come up and correct us. And he has to show us that it really revolves around God. We live for his glory. We live for his honor. He died for us. He loves us enough to give us the very best he has. He wants the best for us. When we're angry. I mean, I've had, 7 kids, temper tantrums like you wouldn't believe. One of them one time at the table, he reached over, he didn't like what I'd done, and he just pinched me as hard as he could, about 2 years old. It's the cutest thing you ever saw. But the bottom line was, I don't like what's going on. I'm rebelling against my authority. Repent of that and say, okay, God, show me what you want me to do. I apologize and ask your forgiveness for being this way. And I ask you to redeem this situation to your glory and your honor, and God will. God bless you. Have a great day.